Sunday morning, 10 o'clock, the 1 hour newspaper review. I've got the newspapers in here. They're in there. But first of all, I've just been watching tomorrow and I just want to show you a little clip.
Respectful debate and calm conversation. Let me read you something that was said here yesterday. We cannot get any worse than a bunch of scum, homophobic, racist, misogynistic, absolute pile of Banana Republic, Etonian, piece of scum, and I held back a little, that I have ever seen in my life. That was Angela Rayner, your deputy, last night. What's your message to her this morning?
Well, Angela and I take different approaches, and that's
What's she saying? Scum, racist, misogynistic, homophobic, Tory, Banana Republic, eating pile of. It's Angela Rayner. Keith says we take a different approach. I love it that Mara read out the whole thing. And then, look, I just want to read you a big escalation from Angela Rayner this morning. She was on the Sky and she says, this is Sam Coates, she says, I'm not saying anyone voting for the Conservatives are racist scum. I'm saying the Prime Minister has said those things and acted in those ways. She says that only if Boris Johnson apologises for his behaviour, then she will apologise for calling him scum. But the thing is, he said he wrote all those things about letterboxes and Muslims, and like he's appalling. Boris Johnson is appalling. Yeah, he's a fucking laugh. He's a clown. He's a muppet. He was there the other day going on about he's in front of the United Nations and he starts talking about Kermit the Frog. He's a lying cheek. Listen, Shaps was on the Mar. Do you know what they were talking about the HGV lorry drivers? Do you know what Shaps said? He said, it's not Brexit's fault. By the grace of God, we have Brexit. We can now, because we have Brexit, we can now issue foreign European drivers with visas. Ma just sat there. He took it. He just sat there and took it. He's like, are you joking? It's one of my tote bags. See what it says on there? Never, ever, anti-Tory pigeon, never, ever, ever trust a Tory or their media. So let's have a look. We've got chunks. We've got the Observer. Front page there is Keith and Angela. We've got the Sunday Times. On the Sunday Times, it actually says here, and on front page, energy panic ushers in a new nuclear age. So Boris is going to start thinking about nuclear. It's fucking, they will write anything. It's like, what are you talking about? So we ain't got no petrol now. There's no food on the shelves. There's no... What about now? What about now? And they're like, you know, we're going to get some nuclear. And they put that on the front cover. But nothing compares to the Mail on Sunday's front page. It's fucking extraordinary. Do you know, like, I've seen some front pages before in my lifetime. I've seen, like, fucking... They get the judges and all those other fucking mental things. But this here, you know that the Brexit is the main problem. What the fuck? That's a loud engine. Turn the fucking engine down. Fucking hell, mate. I'm trying to do the newspaper review. Listen. You know that Brexit is the main cause of food shortages. We're a nation of root vegetables. We ain't getting nothing from fucking Europe. We've got no HGV lorry drivers. They talk about it in terms of like foreigners and our drivers. It's fucking horrific language. But we haven't got any fucking. They want it. They're talking about we need 5,000 fucking poultry. We got fucking chickens with feathers on that are just they need fucking those feathers off those chickens because we ain't got no fish. All the fish is gone. You know, there's fucking bits of meat around, but it's like mainly chicken. How many fucking days a week? We got chicken. You remember that? And we got chicken tonight. Well, chicken's cheap. You can make fucking anything with chicken. You can fucking stuff it, roast it, boil it, fry it. But we ain't got no one that's willing to go out and fucking pull the feathers off. So they say they're going to get 5,000. What's on the front page of the fucking Daily Mail, Chunky? You're rambling. Okay, so we know all of these problems. But the Mail, who buys this shit? Who reads this shit? It's actually the biggest selling newspaper in the entire country. It's fucking mad. It sells about 1 million copies a day, every day of the week, 7 days a week. And what they've managed to do is they're saying that the HGV issue, why there's panic at the petrol stations, while there's no fucking food on the shelves, is because of the HGV boss, the BBC, and diehard Remainers. You what? It's like everyone's fucking fault. Remainers, the BBC, the HGV, except Boris Johnson, except Brexit. He's fucking nuts, mate. We've heard of golden balls. Right. The head of NATO. Right, I'm just reading these. How Palace bent backwards to help. It's always Meghan. He was there the other day, Andrew Neil. He was crying like fucking into his. He took it off. He's natting the white of his tears. Blow his nose. He was crying. He was actually begging. And he was begging for forgiveness. I'm so sorry I went against the woke. He said, we're fucking going to destroy the woke. He knew what he was doing. Now he's crying because his reputation is in tatters. Oh, for fuck's sake. Another double page on Meghan and her power dressing. And Bashir. Kate Bashir. Here we go. How Britain spent its Saturday queuing for petrol, even though there was no shortage. And there was the BBC, they sent out Phil McCann, which everyone had a really good laugh. But they've got like lots of people kicking off. See that one down, the kicking off. Look at that, how many petrol cans have they got? They said, don't panic buy. Don't panic buy. They were saying that. It's fine. There's lots of petrol. Let's get trucking for Britain. Look at that. Grant Shapps is like actually got an open advert for jobs, £70,000. Let's get trucking. You can earn up to £70,000. He's fucking. Is he got another startup? There will be much less choice in supermarkets, warns the experts. Well, how do you make that out? It's like, it's extraordinary that the whole weight of the country, including the media, isn't bearing down on the lying, corrupt, incompetent, useless, gravy dribbling fucking clown. That is Boris Johnson. It's just not even a picture of him. There's not even a picture of him. It's saying there's going to be no food. He's begging for fucking truck drivers because we. And they're not even fucking. Where's the comeuppance? Where is it? Where's the thing that says like This is all, why did we do it? Where's the madness? What the fuck have we done? You know, we're at the back of the queue in America. We're at the back of the queue in the EU. Who would do that? Who would do that? And then not even get any fucking comeuppance. Not even get a tickle. He goes up in the polls. No, Jab, I don't watch Strictly. Don't watch it. It's like fucking, and got fucking madness. Tory apologises for a Brighton bomb joke at Labour's Annalise Dodds. Mad. I can't fucking... Starmer's climb down as Reimers say, I'd be a better MP than Boris. His nightmare is that his party's most passionate supporters hold opinions that horrify normal people. $10 billion super deal that shows how Brexit Britain can take on China and exploit Sleepy Joe's retreat from the world. They're living in, it's like fucking La La Land. Who said that this morning? Caroline Lucas. It's like the fucking, it doesn't even like, you know, it doesn't, it's just astonishing that there's no comeuppance, that they keep pushing it, that there's like, you know, foreigners and Sleepy Joe's retreat from the world, China, 10 billion super deal. Sarah Vine on Sunday, Rayner isn't like normal politicians, so watch out, Boris. Fucking hell, look, another double page on Meghan Markle. It's like proper fucking serious obsession, isn't it? Tracy Orman, my dad died and I was sick. They told me I was on holiday. They may kill you. Ministry of Sound. There's so much bollocks in the mail. As she steps down, how Merkel let the West become Putin's paw in the new Cold War that sent your gas bill soaring. Your gas bills are soaring because Angela Merkel let Putin... It's fucking chaos, mate. It's chaos. It's absolute chaos. And there's like, basically, no one even says anything because it's like... it was Dan Hodges on Sunday, and he's saying the brutal truth is Starmer is no good at politics and has already blown it. He doesn't have the vision of Tony Blair or the acumen of Neil Kinnock. He struck at the Corbynites with the skill of a coiled garden hose. You know what that means? Yeah. Dan's let go of Starmer. Be a big blow. Oh, fucking hell. You can't make it up. You really can't make it up. Like everything, all of those things that, like, what they said. I forgot what it was in George Orwell's 1984. What was it about, like, you know, about the news, and the news will be like, it's the exact opposite. It's, oh, I've forgotten it. Fucking hell. Don't even go down there. When I went to get the newspapers this morning, I put them in a bag and I was walking back and I saw that there was all this debris. It was like, what is it? It's like a takeaway. It was a takeaway. Hard to describe what it was. There was a carton box. But it was like Mr. Fox, Mrs. and Mr. Fox had been out eating it. But like, they like, even though they ate it all, no, there was crumbs. There was bits of crumbs and bits of torn paper and things like that. Done a massive shit in the middle of the carton box after it ate. And I was thinking to myself as I was walking, I was thinking to myself, what's Mr. and Mrs. Fox saying? Or the younglings, puppies, they're cubs. What are they saying when they do a shit? Like after are they saying, "Oh, I love that"? Is it a compliment that they're doing a shit on it, or is it fucking, or are they critiquing? Okay, no, it's fucking awful. How do you lot eat that? It's hard to know, isn't it? Anyway, we're on the front page of the Tory Times of London. Energy. See, this is it. Like, there's complete chaos. Imagine, right? There's fucking petrol stations shut. The supermarkets are empty. The fucking gas shortages, everything like that. So you think that that they would come up with something that would be like real fucking, you know, the crisis. Do you know what I mean? The winter of the disc, everything like that. But no, what they're saying is that the energy panic is they're going to go nuclear. Yeah, like, fuck's sake. Do you know how long does it take to build a fucking nuclear? They need it fucking now, mate. But they're like saying, oh, Boris is going fucking nuclear. Boris is nuclear. He's a fucking... oh, and so we're in that part of the newspaper review where we say it is fucking impossible to read this fucking shit. It's so massive. Okay, so handbrake turn. Is this Tim Shipman? Yeah, Caroline Wheeler and Tim Shipman. Handbrake turn over lorry drivers splits Brexit backers. See, we're pivoting to nuclear. What does that even mean? When? Fucking hell, look. It's just fucking cars going back, trying to get petrol. And he's kicking off. Did you see any fights? I see some fights on the forecourt. Who've been on the Twitter? It's like fucking, look like a father and son against a father and son. I think they was all right in the end. Did they end up hugging or something? Yeah, I wanted diesel. Oh, for fuck's sake. I thought you were getting unleaded. We need unleaded. No, go on. Fucking take us back. Look, and one really happy guy with 2 cans. He's holding them up like that. I can't show you because the paper's fucking... Oh, it can. The paper's fucking money. The energy supply Del Boys dreamt of being millionaires. Now we're all stuck with the bill. How do they make so much money? You know, energy is like a natural resource. You know, gas and fucking... Well, it's in the ground, isn't it? And the oil. But if it's a natural reason, you should have solar panels fucking everywhere. That's why I said, instead of doing the HS2, imagine 50 billion worth of solar panels across the entire country. Imagine that they had a project where they would put a solar panel on every single roof in the country, every building, commercial, domestic, every fucking building, solar panels. They could do it. And it would be like, it would be the start. That it's not nuclear. Imagine every single 50 billion. Could that do it? Could that do it? And then you would start getting energy that you didn't have to pay for. And that would be bad. That's why they don't want to do it. They would go, nah, don't do that. Don't do that. Imagine. It'd be extraordinary. But there's issues today and people ain't got no food. Sabina Nessa, that's horrific. Absolutely fucking horrific. Andrew on verge of selling his disputed 17 million chalet, all for Brexit taboo and abortion, with a book of pure anger and hatred. Little cheer for Keir and the People's Republic of Putney. The wealthy Riverside district was alone in turning red in 2019, but Starmer is making fired up. Reeves takes her axe to Corbyn's magic money tree. Chaos. This is nothing, warns Cambridge graduate who brought M25 to a standstill. Fucking, they brought the entire country to a standstill. The government. With their Brexit, with their fucking GB News, worse than being on IRA hit list, says Neil. I was waking up at 2 or 3 in the morning. Oh, poor thing. Worrying. Yeah. He's trying to get, like, he's someone that's been sort of like, they don't, you know, that he lost his reputation basically by going to Gamma News and joining all the fucking horrors. He already was a horror. He's always been a horror. And now he's trying to, like, grovel back and say, like, he's got so much fucking power. He really has. Do you know what I mean? What does he own? The Spectator. He was like chief fucking BBC News person, like interviewer. You know, but he's like the fucking, to this country, the things like Andrew Neil, Boris Johnson, Cameron, the Farage, the damage is done. The damage is done. We're a fucking damaged country now. You know, global Britain is a fucking joke. You know, like I was just saying, our two closest, our number one fucking export, you know, who we rely on most, America and EU, back of the queue for both. I mean, who would do that? Who in their right mind would do that? And it was all because, like, oh, I don't care, just get rid of the foreigners. Anyone that says Brexit wasn't racist, you know, like the whole fucking issue around Brexit was, like where Antonio and Peckham said, we got to get rid of a few people. And that you can see now by them on their knees begging for HGV lorry drivers, you know, chicken feather pluckers, and they chop their heads off, fucking carve them up. They need, you know, this country, we need so much chicken. We really rely on chicken. That's why everyone should go vegetarian. Fucking, there's so much chicken. If you go in the supermarket, there's like 90% of the meat is chicken. It's just chicken because it's cheap. Cheap, 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 cheap. Cheap, 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 cheap. Cheap like fucking chicken. It's like ding-a-ling-a-ling-a-ling-a-ling. Bring out your dead. Bring out your dead. It's fucking mad. Oh. Unreal. Unfucking real. Look at that cartoon. It's almost like they're saying that this is fuck with what with the it's fucking extraordinary. It's extraordinary. I get it. Don't say I don't get it. It's like so much fucking exception given to Boris Johnson and the Tories. It's fucking let's get into some sport. I don't know whether there was any sport worthwhile talking about. The Ryder Cup's on. Oh, Anthony Joshua, he got lost to a Ukrainian fighter. Didn't see it. Usk. Spot above us. Solskjaer rages against Villa after Fernandez penalty miss. Oh, Man United lost. Man City beat Chelsea 1-0. Blunt United go backwards. Not too much into business and money's in there. So in the Ryder Cup, basically Europe's lost already. I think it's 9-3, the biggest anyone's ever come back. Like, because they're going into the singles on the final day, it's like 10-6. So yeah, there was like a 400-yard drive where some guy just went, and everyone else was going like that. He went. There's a couple of chip-ins, went down the hole. Yeah. Roy Keane got it right, picking weeks. When you show hunger and desire is no good. Harry Kane needs to stop sulking and start showing the warrior spirit. Fucking Harry Kane. Pensions and retirement, business and money, fuel giant on the brink of collapse. Stanlow Refinery, which supplies a sixth of Britain's petrol, in crisis talks with HMRC. Can you see that? So they want bailing out. Is that what that's about? Because if all those companies get bailed out, then they just wait a little while, then they start paying the dividends back to the thing. But yeah, it's fucking madness out there. I don't know what all this is. It's just bump fucking holidays, houses, pensions, retirement, style. Let's have a look at the Style magazine. We've got, oh boy, Jake Gyllenhaal. There's a lovely, look at his pink jumper. What do you think about that? Does you like his pink jumper? Baby pink? Is that nice? The men's fashion special. See, I couldn't wear anything like that. I get itchy. I get itchy on my neck. Right, I can't wear that. I like his hair though. Longines, which I've never had a watch. Hublot, Emporio Armani, never had Armani. Bruno Cucinelli. Oh, look at the little lamb goats. Are they little lamb goats? What's a fucking lamb goat? Yeah, women, they're superior to men. Jake Gyllenhaal, look at his big fluffy jumper. He looks like a little lamb. Jake with lots of clothes on. Watches, Paul Smith, Hunter, Stone Island, Colour Me Happy, Butter Bean. What happened to Fabio? Who's Fabio? With his chiseled jaw and flame mane, Fabio was the world's first male supermodel, making millions at the height of his fame. But what happens when your look falls out of favour? You launch a hair care line and invest in the COVID vaccine. Of course, Lewis Wise here's his story. Fabio. Fucking hell, what happened to Fabio? Right, there's so much fucking stuff in here. Right, the Sunday Times Magazine, Watch Your Back. Succession, the show that makes Game of Thrones. Oh, Succession. Is that a new programme on the telly? Is that a No Time to Die? It's a new film. Mary Beard and Raphael Cormac. Daddy issues. Shall I do any more on the TV? Fucking come on, you got to get on with the Observer yet. I've got like the Culture magazine. I'll have a quick flick through to see whether there's anybody in here, any shows. Curtain up second. Okay. I'm inspired by this literary lion. Need to understand the best moment. Where's the art? They've got art. The Cocky Cad Revisited. Everyone recognises Frans Hals, the Laughing Cavalier. But we know surprisingly little about it. The Laughing Cavalier. They always go back in fucking history. It's like they're stuck in art. It's like always looking at it. Where's the fucking contemporary stuff, mate? Where's the things that are happening now? Right. What happened to my glasses? Did I have my glasses? Did I forget to bring my glasses out? Oh no, they're in my pocket. So is lots of people down at the Labour conference? I mean, managed to get down there myself. Starmer faces wave of anger over Labour conference chaos. That's the front page of the Observer. So this is bid to stem damage after defeat on the rules. Reign of furious over unnecessary conflict. That's about like they want to change the thing to the take it away from members and give it to the MPs. Like they got the power to decide who's going to be the next leader. Which is a bit fucking mad, really, because it's like, you know, they're just. I think it's over. I think that's it. I think they're like, You know, they've gone so far down, Labour, and Tories are like roaring in the polls. And they've got all the media on their side. In Labour, everything is internalised. It's like this massive war. Right, we're back on. We're back on. I learned how to do it now. Sometimes it freezes. What you do, you don't press the X, chunks. Don't press the X. That's bad. If you press the X, it means you've ended the stream. Go out, come back in, redo your satellite thing. Yeah, look, there's Angela Rayner on the front, and a stronger future together. Right. Leader in crucial vote today has left opposes plan to fight anti-Semitism. Keynote speech vows to make all school leavers ready for work and life. Constitutional clashes. Starmer battles to restore his authority after bruising defeat. It's fucking chaos down there. Absolute chaos. Sporting care homes face funding crisis as banks deny them vital loans. See, the Tories have fucked the care. Like, how they got away with like that? What was it the other day? Giving the $6 billion, and that's it. Oh, that's it sorted. It's not fucking sorted. You know, they give hundreds and hundreds of billions in quantitative easing, like feeds the market, feeds the city of London, the city of corruption. You know, 365 billion in quantitative easing. And they give you a couple of billion to sort out the care crisis. It's not going to happen. They give tax breaks to billionaires. Long cold winter ahead for Britain could send gas prices soaring to record levels. I mean, the country's in complete chaos. And surely there's something in here with, you know, I haven't seen a picture, not a picture, of Boris Johnson since the Kermit the Frog. Nothing. It's like all of this shit, the whole Brexit thing, the fucking, we got no food in our shelves. We got fucking petrol stations shut. We've got like rising taxes, rising food banks, you know, taking away the £20. It's like no fucking gas. And Brexit. And there's nothing. It's almost like people are scared to admit that the country is heading into the abyss. And it's their fault because they believed in it. Taste of Home on menu at Refugee Chef School. Been cooking again this week. Yesterday I made like so you just get like a wrap, put it down, 2 falafel balls. They're like chickpeas, bed of like lettuce or rocket, and then some gherkins, some hummus, some like those little things that you get in autumn. They're like little tiny pomegranate. Sprinkle those about. Fucking, that's a wrap. You know, I love those wraps. They're quite easy to make. End male violence. When will women be safe on our streets? Elite versus pleb. Oxford rivalries of boys who would never grow up to be men. Gene editing would allow us to create hardier farm breeds. They were saying about like, because of Brexit or something, CO2, that the farmers had to, they were going to have to burn the pigs and bury them. Because they'd done that years ago with the cows. Remember, there was like mountains of cows and they set fire to the cows. That was like something, I can't remember, what was that? Some mad cow disease. Yeah, they just burnt all the cows. It's fucking horrific. They were saying because of Brexit, because we're so fucking shit, it's unbelievable. They're just gonna like burn the pigs. It's what they do. It's sad the outcast being sold to the West is key to peace in the Middle East. Old man in a hurry. Biden must act quickly to save his presidency. No fight, no fury. That's the big boxing match which was on last night. We'll just leave that there for a minute. Right, self-styled coolest dictator in the world turns to old school politics. Who's the coolest dictator in the world? There's some guy in El Salvador. That's that. Sweden's green dilemma: can cutting down ancient trees be good for the earth? They're cutting the trees. The country's model for managing trees is bad for biodiversity. They're cutting the trees down. Like, that's fucking ancient trees. You shouldn't do that. This is The Guardian, and it's an advert. You can enjoy 6 weeks free delivery. Facts, ideas, and clarity delivered to you. Farewell, Mutti. But what did you do for us? It's like Angela Merkel. She's a stalwart. I think it'd be back for another bite. The screen classics are the new stars of the stage. They got Jaws. Have you seen my Jaws for Tories? You know, I've been doing watercolours, and I've got a calendar out, an anti-Tory calendar. I've got like a lot of orders to fill. There's Cock, there's a portrait of David Cameron, there's all sorts of fucking Boris Johnson. There's Priti Patel on a life jacket with Boris and a unicorn. There's Dominic Cummings. We should not allow the Anglosphere to distort the history of liberty. The AUKUS deal reveals that some prefer to perpetuate the myth of the Anglo-Saxon as defenders of liberty than confront past reality. All right, Andrew Rawnsley's got a headline here. Do you want to hear? I'll just read the headlines, basically. So, Keir Starmer is under pressure to live the performance of his life. Neglect and enrichment. I don't know. By signing up tennis sensation Emma Raducanu, its game set a match to Tiffany. With its new house ambassador, luxury jeweller is set fair to cash in. Fucking hell. And Emma Raducanu's got a deal with Tiffany's. And she only lives up there, Bromley. No good king uselessness looked out on the feast of Stephen. No, can't see anyone. Fuel poverty. Because there was lots of front pages talking about Christmas. Because they didn't want Boris to save Christmas again. Santa Johnson. It's fucking madness, isn't it? It really is madness. It's like it seems like we're destined to suffer under the Tories. We're destined to for the rich to profit from the poorest, from like more taxes, like fuel shortages, food poverty, food banks, you know, cuts to like £20 while the rich get richer. Boris Johnson's sitting there, he's got £1,000 roll wallpaper, living in his grace and favour. There's not a mention, there's not a picture of Boris Johnson anywhere in any of the Sunday papers that I can find. I've just been through the Times, I've been through the Daily Mail, I've now just been through the Observer, and there is nowhere, there's zero, nothing to do with Boris. Can you even imagine any other Prime Minister, especially like, can you even imagine what it would be like when you had petrol queues, when you have empty shelves? What would happen, you know, when the country is on its knees, really desperate? They wouldn't be like thinking, oh, we'll just go nuclear, or oh, it's the BBC and the Remainers' fault. What does that even mean? You know, where are we as a country? Where are we at? That we just sit back and this shit just washes over us. It's not that we even allow it, it's just there because this is the power of narrative. This is like postmodern the narrative. This is the power of narrative. This is the power of event. This is the power of language. It's the power of, like, you know, saying something that's the complete opposite. Not like fucking how we understand things, and not like Claude Levi-Strauss, the raw and the cooked. You know, how we understand hot from cold. That's the basis of all, even an anthropologist. Anyway, it's not that. It's just that it is Orwellian. You know, there's nothing else that comes close to be able to describe it. Where they say, you know, don't believe, don't believe your own eyes or your own ears or your own thing. They say that, don't they? Because you can see that the petrol stations are shut, and everyone knows it's Brexit fault. Everyone knows that, like, the food shortages, because we can't grow like food here, and like we just cut off Europe. So like that was our main trading supply, and these wankers in power, they don't give a shit. They don't even know what they're doing. They have no idea. They know that Brexit is a realignment of who provides the necessities of life, by that crisis, because it's a feeding frenzy. They love a crisis, because in a crisis, that means they need you, or they need the government. In a crisis, that's why, like, and when private companies collapse, they ask the public to bail them out. In a crisis, it's like they can, it doesn't matter. Like, whether it's a banking crisis, whether it's austerity crisis, whether it's Brexit crisis, whether it's coronavirus crisis, whether it's Iraq war crisis, whatever crisis it is, there's a need for a function to supply, in a financial sense, to supply whatever it is, whether it's PPE, whether it's arms in the war, whether it's money in a banking crisis, whatever it is, that they have to get the money, and the money comes from the workers, and the money comes from the taxes that the country pays, and then that money then goes to the people who provide the necessities of life. And those links and those changes, because lots of those big, massive private equity companies, investment management and whatever, they don't care whether, like I said before, they don't care whether it's spaghetti, whether it's oil, whether it's, crunching up cornflakes, whatever's going on, PPE, bombs and fucking tanks and helicopters. There's a market in there, and it's a way to continually drive this. It's what they call disaster capitalism. It's a continual disaster that needs it's fucking crazy. It's absolutely crazy. And people suffer it. And like the guy from the band up in Nottingham, Sleaford Mods, it's like he says, it's like they like laying down for them. And there's something about, the cultural hegemony, Gramsci, and all the fucking Downton Abbeys and the Crown, and all the way that it's ingrained in us. And also then, if you was to say, like, they're saying like things like, patriotism, nationalism, there's a difference between, there's normal, there's not normal, there's there's people that are so fucking drunk on England, you know what I mean? Drunk on the fucking exceptionalism, drunk on the sort of like, we're fucking the empire, we're the fucking, they're drunk on they're made drunk by, and it's political, it's a tool for power, it's politics. I used to have been doing the papers, during the Brexit thing, they always had like Brexit, and beside it, there was always people drowning in the fucking middle of the sea, and there was all like people like fleeing war, coming out back to lorries, and they had these things juxtaposed. They used people's struggle for life. They used people drowning. They used people dead at the bottom of the sea, off the coast of fucking Lampedusa. They used those people's struggle for life for Brexit. It's fucking appalling. And it's still like that's what it's about. And some of the language, the way that the Grant Shapps have been on, talking about our drivers and foreign European drivers. What the fuck? It's a horrific way to talk. It's a horrific fucking language. We've gone from this kind of freedom of movement where nothing, you could just come and go. Anybody could just come and go. Where we all had a thing, and it was fine. It was fine. Now we've got a shut border, isolated, no fucking energy, no fucking food, and there's not even a mention in the newspapers. His name isn't even brought up, Boris Johnson. They don't even bring up Brexit. Can you even imagine at the end of the week where the guy was on the world fucking stage at the United Nations quoting, saying that Kermit the Frog was wrong? Do you remember that one? Do you remember that one, he said? And a pin could have dropped. The silence was fucking deafening. So we've got a fucking Kermit the Frog fucking the greatest orator, our Churchill, our Wurzel, juxtaposed with fucking petrol stations shut down, queues, fights on forecourts, no gas, people bulk buying fucking candles. You got no food on the shelves, no vegetables on the fucking shelves. And you got the main fucking news of the week, and he's not even mentioned. Boris Johnson, a fucking idiot. Not even a fucking nothing. See, sometimes it's not what's in the media, it's what's not in the media. Did you get that fucking quote from, mate? Who'd you steal that from? I don't steal things. It's fucking plagiarism. I just copied it. True Colours, The Observer magazine. There's Marina Abramovich in here. I see that, like, she was saying, like, think about... I saw it on Twitter in one of these interviews. I don't know who she's done the interview with, but she said that you can't be an artist and be a mother. She's like, fucking the fuck? That she didn't want to have kids. That she... I'm not even going to go there. But it seems a really fucking mad thing to say. Especially to all the artist mums. They're like... Yeah, what? This much I know. Marina Abramovich. Do you know her? She's a performance artist. She's like in the same fucking... My art is purely emotional. It hits you in the gut. It's the kind of art that belongs to everybody. She had this thing where she laid out lots of things on the table, like Ghana things, and she hadn't... You could do anything you want. And then there was this like narrow space, and she was Ule. She was her partner, and they were like naked, and you have to like try and get through this sort of like open doorway in a gallery. Anything I do, I want to be the best. Usain Bolt can go from being the fastest man on the planet to chart-topping reggae star. He's going to do an album. Not since pre-internet days has there been such a resurgence in romantic letter writing. No one fucking ever written a romantic letter to me. I've never, I think I have. I've written poems. I've written poems for loved ones. No one's fucking ever written me. Right, we're back on, and I'm absolutely... Oh, fucking hell, I'm sweating now. Right, 20 of the best recipes for the weekend, from Sunday brunch to Sunday dinner. What they got? Tomatoes in the hole, fig and feta pide. Oh, fig and feta pide. What the fuck? I want one of those. Fig and feta pide. Yeah. What the fuck is that? Halloumi, lemon and caramelised onion pie. No, I don't like that. I don't like caramelised onion. Cheesy buckwheat crepes with egg. I'm going to keep that. We'll have a little look at that later on, because I quite like some of those recipes. Vintage gets a look. Meet the second-hand online sellers on a mission to bring our wardrobes back to life. Loud and clear. Making a fashion statement has a controversial history. There's lots of people making fashion statements. Stormzy, Vivienne Westwood. Fashion hates Brexit. Whoa. That looks fucking incredible. They're sweet corn things. Get on this though. Baked fucking damsons. What do you reckon? They look like with a crusty biscuit as well. I'm fucking keeping that. I'm doing that. I cooked my annual marrow. What's he got here? Marrow and sweet corn fritters. Yeah. Peach, cucumber and peanut salad. I just like flavours. I like different, like lots of people don't. You know, I like different flavours. I like colour. They say that, you know, in your food, they say that your first bite is with your eyes. Fresh prints. Bright colours and bold patterns. Come on, that's fucking serious bit of clobber on there. It's like lots of flowers. Oh, I really like those flowers. Doing a bit of research for some paintings later, maybe. I don't need paintings. Like I go through phases where I just keep painting. I'm gonna paint today. Look out for some new watercolors later on. They'll be in. I'm gonna keep that as well because that's got the thing. Where's the front page of the Daily Mail, Chunks? Don't fucking lose that. I'm gonna paint the fucking front page of the Daily Mail. I haven't painted one for a while. What shall I write on it? Black it all out. Wipe your arse here. No, wipe your bum here. It's a bit like Keir Starmer says and Angela Rayner. Watch your language. Hello, goodbye. The new review is the Beatles. It's the fucking Beatles. I haven't heard about them for a while. I wonder what they've been up to. They're not all dead. Paul McCartney's still alive. John Lennon got shot by Mark Chapman in New York in 1981. Yeah, is fucking Paul McCartney. Is he making any music? Whatever happened to Michel Barnier? Tough controls on immigration, a restricted role for Europe and a new... I'm not saying any of them are fucking nice. I don't like... See, the thing about politicians is like they just make it, they do what they fucking want once they get elected. It's like that Keir Starmer and his 10 pledges. They don't care, do you know what I mean? And I think it was Owen Jones this week, and he done a like pod thing. I haven't really watched any of his things, but he said, like, I just read the captions. He said that is fucking anti-democracy, do you know what I mean? And also lying, and like, how can we trust? You know, where's the trust? If you've got somebody like Keir Starmer vying to be leader, and he puts down his 10 pledges that he says, you elect me on these 10 pledges. And then the moment he gets elected, he does the exact fucking opposite. Home, tweet home. Look at these fucking, aren't these incredible? These are all like little nests. They're absolutely gorgeous. I like the little ones that has like, they build it around and round, and then they just have a little hole in the top, which is kind of like, I'll show you. And it's got all the little flowers. It's really, they look like they're painted and that. But that one there, look at that nest. That's fucking gorgeous. Yeah, the other day found like a thrush, a bird, and stuck in the tree. And it was quite a low tree. And he was like squawking, and come back out and he was dead. Like, what the fuck? And then found another one dead. So there was two, but I think the first one died. However, like whatever happened, cat, fox, or just old age. And the second one, he was hovering above it. And that's the one that I saw. And I think that one died of a broken heart because its mate was dead. That's really sad, isn't it? And there's a thing about what I said, like if you find dead birds, it's like an omen. It's a portent. Is it a portent? Is that a word? Where like something bad's going to happen to you, or like it's a bad omen. It's not good. Here's looking at you. Is that fucking guy again? The Laughing Cavalier. A Night to Remember. Dev Patel's work is Subtle Magic, and David Larry's Enthralling Tale is a medieval tale of the quest in Gawain. Actually, watch that. Have you seen it? The Green Knight. Let's say it's like, yeah, it's okay. I mean, it's. Should I watch it again? Because I was a bit fucking sleepy. You fucking never watched it. If you were sleeping, did you, Chunks? Architecture. What the fuck? Look at that there. What is that? Look at that. So is that some kind of staircase or just like a fucking hole in the wall? It's lovely. What is it? Is a hole in the wall? More news from nowhere. Listen and let die. Slave to the River. Martyrs of the Week. Kitty Empire. Rosie Murphy. The Steve Jobs of ceramics. Family fortunes, no rest. That's Wedgwood, Anthony Wedgwood's pen. It's just Wedgwood. Well, I think this is about fucking. We're coming to the end. Struggling Arsenal. Oh, no, fuck Arsenal. I don't give a shit about them. Anyway, how long have we been doing? Oh yeah, we got cut off. Is there any questions? I can't actually see because I haven't got any. Oh, you did bring your fucking water. You could have had it instead of sweating the whole time. It's like being in like a studio. Wish I had a fucking studio. This is your studio, Chunky. Yeah, so I've been doing some water. I've got a watercolor calendar out, which has got 12 extraordinary images. It's like fucking Mind's Eye. You've seen that fox, Mind's Eye, or the parachute elephant? Go on my Etsy. Have a look at my watercolors. If you don't like the fucking Tories or you don't like the Daily Mail, there's plenty on there. You know, it's like fucking. It's something that keeps me saying, like, I really like it, but then like you get stuck, you go through these phases. I want a new do you want a new what fucking hell? I want a new style. I want to get a new kind of like what I tend to do is I get one and then I go, fucking great, yeah, I like that. Have I ever told you about Jasper Johns and Leo Castelli, like Jasper Johns' first exhibition with targets and things like that? And then he said, yeah, go on, you have another exhibition in completely different work. So I like that idea that like you can change styles, you can work not just with material, you know, because sometimes the way that you paint or the way that you use watercolors and pastels or acrylics, the way that you start painting, it's just a way, you know, it's just got, whether it's the background, the landscape, whatever it is, the font, the way that you write, that kind of thing is like what you're looking at. I like the poster ones. I like the ones with the red text. They're really cool. And I like the watercolors and the paintings on the newspapers as well, because it's original and it's got really good backgrounds and it's got extraordinary, you know, they're historical. They've got a date on it. You know, they're really, really cool. I mean, it's contemporary art. I tell you, this is so contemporary. Say, this is so contemporary. Never forget that. Saw it in the German pavilion. I forgot his name. Tino Segal. That was it. Yeah, and like you walked into the German pavilion. It was like there was an artist on the wall with like some paintings, and then you had the you know, when you go to a museum, there's someone in a uniform, the invigilators kind of thing, and they would just start dancing and they would jumping around, singing. This is so contemporary, like out of the fucking blue. Everyone's just there. It's such a thing, isn't it? It's a way of saying, yeah, I'm contemporary. But it's like really, really mad how artists, no matter how big they get, no matter how big, I mean, the biggest artists in this country, who is it? Damien Hirst, Tracy Emin, like, you know, Brit art, you know, the most, I mean, their work sells quite high, most popular names. And both of them as artists, you know, they seem to be saying like, "Oh, I'm so fucking misunderstood." That's the eternal refrain of the artist, isn't it? It's quite fucking, "Oh, no one understands me." You're fucking selling works for millions and millions and millions and millions and millions and millions of pounds. No one not like you. You know, because the way that the media, the representation of art in the media is fucking horrific. You know, they don't even go anywhere near like anything that's fucking happening, or yeah, no one gives a fuck anyway. See, when you're an artist, there is that thing about, you know, being alone, like with your blank fucking canvas, with your blank piece of paper. You sit there, you're staring into it. It's like a fucking void, and you're thinking, what should I do? What should I do? What motivates you? What makes you paint? It's like fucking you have to, or else you're gonna die. You know, it's not even just painting. It was why, like, I make a video every day. I mean, I'm serious now. This isn't fucking. Who else do you know that wakes up every fucking day of the year, goes out in the fucking cold, in the snow, in the fucking bright summer mornings? Who goes out every fucking day, makes a video, uploads a fucking video? It's a fucking effort. It's a fucking effort. What, the Artist Taxi Driver ain't an effort? It's been going on for 10 years. It's like there's like thousands and thousands of fucking videos. And what you doing? You just fucking, why'd you do it? No one ever asked you. I've got to go and do a lecture up in Sheffield, actually, online. I'm going up to Cole's Corner in Sheffield as well soon. I'm going to like have a little exhibition in this like little cafe, gallery, record shop. But go back to the Artist Taxi Driver thing. What motivates you? Why you do it? I love it. Why'd you get up? He said, because I'm fucking fascinated. Do you know this is a fine art critical practice? You know, critiquing the media, critiquing the art world, critiquing social media, you know, using social media as the medium, as the canvas, you know, whether it's from YouTube, from 2007, Twitter, from 2010, using that social media as your canvas. You know, you why do you get up every day though? That's what we want to know. Why? What makes you fucking bing, get out of bed and like you're fucking ooze up, ooze awake? I know. That's why the painting thing, it just gives me those little bits of the day where I don't have to fucking. Oh, don't. Fucking hell. I always remember at school, like when I was in detention, and what's his name, Mr. Tope, St. Thomas's in Peckham. Mr. Tope says to me, "McGowan, fucking hell, look at you, you're a fucking idiot." You're the fucking idiot in the class. Why do you do everything what everyone tells you to do? And you're like, well, fucking, I wasn't the only one, but in detention, can't remember who with, probably Brian, Paul, John Outridge. Anyway, we was on detention. Mr. Tope says, like, what the fuck you are going to do with your life? I was like, he said, he was looking through. He said, what are you good at? What are you fucking good at? You have to think. Do you know what I mean? As a kid, it's an important question. What are you good at? It takes ages to fucking work it out. I spent decades. I couldn't even work out how, like, fucking to be an adult. How to pay the rent, how to fucking live life. I couldn't work it out for like fucking, what was I, nearly 40. You know, it's fucking, life isn't easy out there, especially when you're growing up. And an important thing is like, I remember really young, I wanted excitement, you know, I was a bit of a hedonist, but I was saying, like, isn't there I want to do something. I want to be like, I don't want to be important, but I want people to remember that I was here. You know, maybe that's why I get up every day, because I can see the value in all of the Artist Taxi Driver stuff, or all the things, all the watercolours and the paintings and the newspapers. When I'm gone, it'll be worth a fucking fortune. You'll be everyone going, I never knew about that guy. So I better fucking go. It's getting late. It's Sunday. Like, you have a great day. And, you know, be the best you can